So, Olympic gold medalist Suni Lee says she got pepper sprayed during a racist attack.
Shut the fuck up. Like, was she skating and shit, and then someone pepper sprayed her?
She's not a...
Like someone Nancy Kerrigan?
During the Olympics. No.
In Japan.
She's doing a double, triple axel and shit, and like flipping around, and then someone just went...
If she was doing a double...
Well, she's a gymnast?
Yeah, she's a gymnast.
I thought she was a figure skater.
If she was doing a double, triple axel, they would have had to be rotating around her during that, you understand?
Or just spraying the mist in the air.
Yeah, they were spraying it out.
This is when she was here for Dancing with the Stars, right?
Yes.
She was here for dancing.
Yeah.
She was here for Dancing with the Stars in LA, which is why he says here. She was waiting for a ride after a night out with a group of girlfriends who were all of Asian descent. And then she said a car drove by. The people in it started shouting racist slurs. Excuse me, like that one. No, they said like ching chong and telling the girls to go back where they came from.
So they told them to go back to San Jose?
That's hacky, dude. That's hacky.
They said to go back to the San Gabriel.
Yo, that sounds like some 1980s racist shit.
That's from the Dave Chappelle skit, remember?
Ching chong, go back to your country.
Can't understand you.
Can't understand you. Wow.
I didn't know people
Really
still use
innovative.
that one.
Oh yeah.
You know what? You know what pisses me off
right afterwards.
What pisses me off is that every other race they get updated racial shit.
What does that mean?
Like they call black people a certain thing or Mexicans, they update it, right?
Are you sure? Because they're using slave terms from like centuries ago still.
All I'm saying is that they
Like build the wall to like.
they'll say new shit, right? But then for Asians, they still tell us to go work on railroads or something. And I'm like, that's like 200 years ago.
I don't hear no railroad.
We still use railroads.
They're like, go fucking mine some coal. Go mine some coal, fucking Chinaman.
I haven't heard that one.
Or they call us Viet Congs, yeah.
That's at least that's newer, but damn, dude.
Or they'll say like,
Never
where you gonna go eat for? Where you gonna go eat dinner at? Petco. They'll say some things like that.
Oh, that's updated. All right, that's updated.
Updated, yeah.
That's like more my generation.
is.
My grandpa used to call my wife Charlie, but then I was like, no, it's Nikki. And he's like, oh yeah, Charlie over there.
Oh my god.
You're like, she's Filipino.
Her name's Nikki. I don't know.
Man, what's up with these
He's Filipino?
Yeah.
uncreative punk ass racists?
I don't know.
It is. I mean, like, okay, let's.
It's the classics.
How would you insult an Asian?
Oh, very simple. It's actually very easy.
Yeah, of course it is.
I say that I enjoy your people very much, and I feel like you are one of me. You're just as white as I am. Boom.
You're just as white as I am.
That's called the inertia, and you just like fucking flip it.
See, that's an updated.
See, that's
That is
very
updated.
good.
It's very modern.
Intellectual diss.
Damn,
yeah, man.
I wouldn't even know how to respond to that.
And I know that one hurts a particular way because of Harvard and all these places that are like kicking out Asians, making sure that
Right?
they don't treat them like minorities anymore.
It's like we get treated like white people without the privileges.
It's kind of true.
That's not fair.
Say that to the minor minorities? I don't know. How does that work?
You looking at me?
So they were out clubbing, and then they were like, ching chong ling long, and then they fucking sprayed them in the face.
yeah. Just pepper spray.
While they were driving.
And I don't know if you've been around pepper spray when it goes off. It's fucking.
It sucks.
Bro, it sucks.
To fuck around at parties and do that shit in the backyard, everyone had to leave.
Yeah.
You choke on it.
A show and there was like a huge brawl that broke out, and they came and like they pepper sprayed it, but we were still inside the small building and all of it just got in. Like I couldn't breathe. Thought I was gonna pass out. Yeah, it was.
It's hard, dude. I've been pepper sprayed pretty hard.
So yeah, she says she was mad. She was very mad because there was nothing she could do.
Should have pulled out a gun.
Yeah.
She could have pulled out a gun, but she.
I would have recommended though. That's just a video game mind.
Maybe would have messed with the Wheaties advertisement, but who knows? She says she didn't do anything to them, and just having a reputation, it's hard because I didn't want to do anything that could get me in trouble, right? Because you have all kinds of fucking brand stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing if you're in that position. Your whole life is brands, right?
Perfect.
I thought it would have helped her brand. She's like, a woman fights back. Like, if she would have fucking superwoman that shit, pulled the guy out of the car, beat his ass up, I think everybody would have been like, yay! Let's put her on the fucking Cracker Jack cereals. I mean, Cracker Jack?
Cracker Jack cereal.
That actually.
How come we don't have anything updated from Cracker Jack?
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. The box is still old.
Still the same old box.
The fuck? And they still give out
And it
shitty
shouldn't
toys
call
like
it cracker.
Jacks.
We don't want to be you know.
I'm fine with cracker. I like
Cracker
crackers.
Jacks are
Crackers
fire,
are
though.
delicious.
Crackers are delicious.
Crackers and
Okay
soup.
to say it.
You know what they gotta change the name of is cheese nips. I don't stand for that shit.
They're not around anymore, are they?
Yeah, I see it at the store. Every time I see it, my heart breaks, man.
Wait, what's cheese nips?
I thought it was Cheez-Its.
Why can't you say cheese nips?
Because nips is a racial for Japanese.
Oh, is it really?
Because I used to be like, oh, my nips are getting cold. And then they're like, did you know that was a word used to discriminate us? And I was like, really? That's what it means?
Nips.
But what about just nips, like nipples? Like, they're awesome.
Japs and nips.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of like flips for Filipino,
Yeah.
but we don't give a fuck about that.
You know, that
But
sounds
it kind
like
of sounds cool.
it's like
Coolest sounding one.
it's like an abbreviation.
Yeah.
Or same thing like no, I'm not trying to be racist, but like Japs, I'm like that's okay. I guess that's an abbreviation.
That's what I thought too. And you know, people in Australia, they say Jap, like that's like a slang or whatever, but they didn't know that in America you can't say that shit.
Fucking Aussies.
It's different, right?
I feel like abbreviations are potentially useful if people don't get too offended by them.
I think it's the context of how it was used.
Sure.
Kind of like you can't say colored people, right? Like you can't say that because it's like the era that it was tied to.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, or whatever.
Say it
But you can say people of color,
Yeah, or some shit like that. I don't know.
transitively the same, but
I don't get it because I was in I think it's a 60s thing, different from era from me. But like I think it's all those things like it's tied to that memory.
that's what's kind of weird too. Is like we used to say flip all the time in high school, like to abbreviate ourselves. And then somebody said, "Hey, you know, you guys, people used to say that against Filipinos at a time where it was derogatory." And then being aware of that, now there's a sensitivity. But it's like if no one ever told us, the information that would have just died out, and there would have never been a racist connotation.
Well, because you're like in the 2000s, it's like we didn't know.
So it's almost like should you just keep that fucking history alive so that people can continue to be offended, or just fucking forget about it?
Yeah, that's the debate.
I've never heard of
What was
Exactly.
I don't know if I can say it.
Hey, what was it?
I think unfortunately everything's sanctioned in this room.
Everything is.
Flip came from, it was first recorded 1585 to 95. It appears to be related to, and may even be a contraction of the word Philip, like Filipino, right?
1585, they've been talking shit.
Again, dude, they've been talking shit for hundreds
Damn,
of years.
bro.
1585.
That's when they started.
80 fucking guy.
That's like, god damn,
He sat
bro.
up in bed, he's like, Flip. Oh, got it. I have it. The ultimate way to insult these people.
500 years. This is gonna stick.
No, so it says this word means to strike with the nail of a finger snapped from the end of the thumb.
What?
Compared to flip,
Like flip a coin?
Oh yeah, like that.
yeah, like,
Oh, like flip.
yeah, like
Just
snapped
a
with,
flip.
yeah, like flip. That's the meaning. Literally.
Yeah, that's what it always meant. Like when you flip the coin.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was like flip.
Oh, you know what I heard? Like where this kind of shit still happens.
How dare you?
So,
The Midwest?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah, I have a Hmong buddy out in North Carolina. He was telling me that this still happens where guys would roll by and they'll be like, "Fucking Chinese" or whatever, and then he's like, "I'm Hmong."
That's like you're immune.
In LA, nah, like.
Very rare.
It happens in LA.
Yeah, I'm sure, but
It just happened in LA.
Maybe
This is
'cause I
literally the
live-
article we're talking about.
Maybe because I live in a place that has 80% Chinese. The only person that's doing it to me is Cambodian or something.
Okay, real quick, I can't not say that it actually means fucking little island people, I guess.
What? That's what it
It
meant?
was the origin of the word flip.
FLIP.
Yeah, there's like funny little island person or it's like a. But then it almost
That's too
sounds
creative.
after the
That's
fact.
too
Like
much.
that's the thing. It's like
Like choosing an acronym after it's already convenient.
this is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way I saw it. People be like, no, that's fucking like if you just stopped with the flow of information of what the racist term was for Filipinos, then when someone's pissed at me, they would just not know what to say. But if we keep fucking giving them, hey, in case you don't like this Filipino guy, call him a flip. And it's like, if we just fucking stopped passing that info down for 500 fucking years,
save this one.
I do think though with
they
like
just hate me as a person.
Yeah.
with not like with population like you see less of it because it's like if there's more of Asians and shit, like you're not gonna have an opportunity to have a racist encounter. Cause like this guy, he's from Boston. He's like a politician now here in California, like a senator or whatever. But he was talking about growing up in Boston. It was normal for like people to call him chink or whatever off the street. But in California, he says you don't really deal with overt racism in that way. Like when you move to San Francisco, no one's gonna walk up to him and call him straight up like fucking chink or whatever.
It's not as prevalent.
No, like
Well, we got like Chino growing up here.
I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, right? What I'm saying is the prevalence and openness and the overtness
Versus
maybe it happens. Like Brad, I ran into neo-Nazis in Huntington Beach. It happens, right?
For sure.
But like the frequency and how like everyone like, oh yeah, that shit happened to me in fucking Boston, right?
the commonness, how common it is.
It's completely different.
Oh, yeah.
So me, like, you know, growing up in LA and whatever, like, to me, I'm like, oh, that's a thing of the past. But not really if you grew up in maybe fucking North Carolina.
Just lower probability out here.
Yeah. Like, no one yells at the door like, fucking ching chong ling long ting long, right? No one does that shit to me. They'll just be like, hey, fool, let me get a picture with you.
Yeah.
But I feel like that shit does happen. It does happen to
pretty
girls more often than guys.
For sure. Yeah,
'Cause
that's
then
true.
Guys just fuck with girls generally, like out in the street. So if it's like a gang of Asian girls, that is what a fucking idiot would
That's
say.
some cowardly shit, like pepper spray a bunch of girls.
But that's what people do, right? They target people that they know that they can fuck with.
Like they be punching the Asian grandmas. I would have never even thought to beat up a grandma, dude.
Never.
That's crazy.
I was in Texas a couple months ago for a bachelor party, a bunch of fucking Asian dudes, and literally we just went to a lake in Texas, and then when we finished with the lake, a white truck drives by with a bunch of white dudes in it, and they chucked their empty like bottles of like Gatorades and stuff at us, they're chinks, and then just drove off. And I was like, oh wow. I was like, that was
Very bold in a car.
on. And I was like, that was a good attack.
You're
You know
like,
what I mean?
Texas.
Yeah. Drove by, can't see you anymore. Like, wonderful job, execution.
Damn.
I'm just saying, like,
Always
I was like-
pussies. That's 99% of the times they're just pussies.
Yeah.
Why is it always like that? Like, let me just drive
They're all
off.
cucks, dude.
Like, at least the neo-Nazis had like the decency to let us rumble.
Yeah, say it in your face, huh?
The neo-Nazis had a lot of decency. Joe Jitsukawa.
They're the better version.
Neo-Nazi apologist.
I hate it when you can't fight back. Like they just run away. It's like, just come on, man. Like, fuck. I don't care if you jump me. Let me get a few hits in, dude. Fuck.
Let me get a few hits in.
It's like Joe Jitsukawa said, you can say a lot of things about neo-Nazis, but they were not cowards.
They do have a lot of honor.
God damn it.